world your child is growing up in doesn't look like the one we were prepared for. University used to guarantee a job. It doesn't anymore. 65% of today's students are training for jobs that won't even exist when they graduate. And think about the timing for a moment. If a student starts university in 2026, they'll finish in 2029 or 2030, maybe 2031 if they take a longer degree. And look at how much the world has changed just in the last 2 years. Now imagine how different the world will be in 5 years from now. No one can predict the exact numbers. Some say 85 million jobs will disappear. Others say 170 million new ones will be created. But one thing is certain, the people who understand business, creativity, and problem solving will be the ones building the new world, not waiting to join it. And while schools are still teaching algebra, memorization, and using exams for memory recall, the real world rewards something else entirely. Curiosity, collaboration, creative problem solving. That's what this program teaches. It's not theory, and they're not sitting in tedious lectures. It's experience, action-based learning, and building confidence through doing. I've trained thousands of people across design, technology, and business. I've worked with students, founders, corporates, and the one truth I've learned is this. We don't build confidence by talking about it. We build it by making things and by learning as we're building. It reminds me of a quote. You don't learn to swim by reading about water. That's why I built Young Founders. It's a 12-week guided experience where young people create a tangible business, something people can use, buy, or benefit from. They'll learn how to think, how to solve problems, how to create a business that makes them money and create an asset. And most importantly, they will learn who they are. Because as you build the business builds you back. Here's what makes this different from school or university. Traditional education starts with information and ends with exams to test memory. We start with identity and with valuable experience. Information is now a commodity, and yet schools are still teaching your child to remember facts like a dictionary. In Young Founders, we teach them to think and to act like a visionary. Learning happens through rhythm and pace. Each week follows a pattern. Discover, create, share, and improve. They find an idea that means something to them, make it tangible, share it with others, and learn from real feedback in the community. Every step is a building block. Every activity sparks their curiosity, and curiosity builds vested interest and then builds commitment. That's the mechanism. We don't demand attention and motivation. We design for it. They engage because the structure makes it impossible not to. They see progress every week, and that progress builds momentum. By week 6, they've gone from interested to fully invested. Foundations are set, framework is in place, and brick by brick, a house gets built. Here's what actually happens. They'll start by exploring the real world, how to spot opportunities by observing. They find ideas that matter to them. They turn those ideas into a business with offers that people care about. They learn to brand, to tell their story, to market, to earn with purpose. They build systems, grow momentum, and develop a mindset that keeps them grounded and creative. Every week, they make something visible. And as I said before, by week 6, they have a functioning offer. By week 12, they have a business and the confidence that comes from building one. That's the whole point and design of this program. You see, 20 students can follow exactly the same program, and we will end up with 20 different businesses. Independence isn't a concept they dream about. It's a habit they practice until it becomes who they are. Now, I know the biggest question every parent has, will my child actually engage? Perhaps you've seen them start things before and not finish. Maybe you've watched them switch off at school and wonder, how will this be any different? The difference is by design and intention. The program does not rely on willpower. It runs on structure, and structure has integrity. Small cohorts, live sessions, clear weekly goals, visible progress. They're guided, supported, and accountable to mentors, to each other, and most importantly, to themselves. The moment they see their work matter to someone else, something shifts. I've experienced this countless times with students. They wake up, they lean in, they change, and their world changes with them. That's the power of this program and community. I've run versions of this program with young people before, and what amazes me is how quickly they come alive when you give them the right structure. In just a few days, kids who started with fuzzy ideas turned them into fully thought through plans. They weren't memorizing. They were applying lessons immediately and experimenting, testing, and discovering what they could do, and found what animated their soul. Recently, I bumped into a friend and her son. He's bright, curious, full of energy. He told me I failed at school. And I said, no, buddy, you didn't fail school. School failed you. That's what this is about. We've seen what happens when the system only measures the recall of facts. But when young people explore, design, build, and share their ideas, they engage, they learn fast, they see themselves differently. And if you look around the world, you can see where that spark leads. Teenagers have founded companies like Alex Makes Meals here in Australia, Banish, Synthetics, and even Bistro Morgan, who's created a $200 million baking empire while he was still at school. proof that opportunity cares little for a degree. Different people, different paths, but the same outcome every time. They start uncertain, end up capable. Because when you give young people the structure and freedom to make something of their own, everything changes. If you're a parent watching this, I want you to know this isn't another online course your child will forget about. It's an immersive experience designed to meet them where they are, curious, capable, and maybe a bit unsure, but we guide them through and help them shape how they see themselves forever. They'll learn to think independently, act creatively, and take responsibility for their ideas. And you'll see it happening in real time. If you're a young person watching this, this is your moment. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need curiosity and a willingness to start. We'll help you find your idea, build it step by step, and show you what you're capable of. Because good things come to those who make. So book a call, see if this is the right fit for your family. The safest path now is not a career ladder, it's the one you create.